Hey, I'm Spencer Marmon, and this is our athlete series. So I want to talk about Shane Hamman. Not a training partner, but hands down, my favorite weightlifter of all time. What makes Shane my favorite weightlifter of all time is one, I guess, like how dominant he was in the American circuit at the time, and the fact that he still holds all of the American records in the super heavyweight class. Best snatch of 197 and a half, and best clean and jerk of 237 and a half. Fun tidbit about Shane Hamman, well, two fun tidbits about Shane Hamman. One is that he could stand and dunk a basketball. And two, he was a power lifter first. And in his powerlifting federation, I think he still holds a world record of 1,008 pounds. Okay, that era of super heavies that you would have had at the top, Hussein Rezazadeh, who was the all-time world record holder or not all time, but he was the world record holder at the time with the 213 snatch and a 263 clean and jerk. You also had Victor Skrvatis of Latvia, who was a 200, 205 snatcher and a 250 clean and jerker. Shane was also competing against guys like Evgeny Chigashev, really underrated and very light Russian super heavyweight, 211 snatch, 250 clean and jerk.
When you say light?
The heaviest he ever weighed would have been like 300 pounds. And as a super heavy, that's really light. When you're competing against guys who are like 360 to 400 pounds, that's a big deficit to make up. Shane would have also been competing against guys like Ronnie Veller, who's like one of the all-time greatest weightlifters of all time. And Andrei Chmurkin, the only guy to ever attempt 600 pounds in competition before. So he was in an era of super heavies that was really deep. A lot of guys who are all in that 200 to 207 snatch and that 240 to 250 clean and jerk. And Shane kind of found his way in that A session every time. And as an American weightlifter, that was just kind of like that was kind of unprecedented at the time. Like if you were an American weightlifter and you made it to World Championships, at best, you were gonna be in the B session. But there were a few standouts in that era, like Shane, where it was a pretty remarkable accomplishment to be in an A session as an American weightlifter in a World Championships. The guy, yeah. So he was just far beyond anybody who was in the Americas, in the Western Hemisphere, far beyond anybody at the time. Nobody else was consistently snatching 190 like he was. Nobody was in the 500s as consistently as he was. And so in the Western Hemisphere, Shane was like the dominant man. Nobody was coming close to him. And he also just had this energy and charisma where it's like, when you can tell when somebody is right where they're supposed to be, right in the right time. Because he kind of brought this, he was a force to be reckoned with. And every time he stepped onto the platform, you knew that you were going to watch something crazy happening. And he was a guy that I wanted to like emulate in my own lifting, as just being out there and kind of standing out in the crowd. And when you see somebody like at their best, doing the best, how could you not be a fan of that? And I guess like my biggest takeaway with Shane, it was maybe like be in the moment. Be in the moment. Have presence and take full advantage of where you are and when you are. Because it's a hell of a ride, man.